As Sandeep Paudiyal trudged along the last stretch of the track leading to Mug, a village in the Nepalese Himalayas overlooked by the towering Arpura range, all he could think about was the warm bed and hot food waiting in the hotel he had booked for himself and his 5 Nepalese friends. But when he arrived, after trekking for nearly 9 hours, he was told the hotel was fully booked. Paudiyal later learned that his rooms had been given away to foreign trekkers. 2 days later, it happened again in the next village on the trail. How is it okay for me to get kicked out of a hotel? I booked rooms and they got cancelled because better guests came. That is not acceptable. The whole system is geared towards foreigners. As a Nepalese tourist, I'm seen as an unwanted guest, says Paudiyal. Trekking in Nepal is on the rise again, after a drastic fall in visitors following the 2015 earthquake. Tourist numbers have rebounded to almost pre-earthquake levels, with more than 750,000 overseas visitors in 2016, of whom almost 110,000 went trekking. That figure is now being boosted by growing numbers of Nepalese hikers, often young and middle class, keen to explore their country's stunning mountains. But reports are emerging of locals being kicked out of hotel rooms and bumped off flights in favor of foreigners. These incidents peak during the autumn trekking season, which coincides with the main Nepalese holiday period, and on the most popular routes, which are already short of accommodation. It's not just rooms. As Nepalese we are treated differently in every little way, says Shreya Paudel, 27, who hiked the popular Poon Hill trek in October with a British friend. One day we sat down in a restaurant and our guide and I were given a drink which looked dirty, while my foreign friend was given a menu. Why would they assume I would accept a filthy drink? The problem, Paudel believes, is that some hotel owners still see trekking as an activity exclusively for foreigners, while Nepalese travelers are assumed to be guides or porters. The Nepalese have been trekking for a relatively short period, so hotels don't see Nepalese trekkers as trekkers, he says. That perception is partly driven by the belief that the only big spenders are foreigners. When your only source of income is tourists, I'd also want customers who pay more, says Shraddha Gale, a freelance writer and avid hiker. Trekking in Nepal is still for foreigners or privileged Nepalese who can spend money like foreigners. For everyone else it is hit or miss. However, Dorj Gurung, another regular Nepalese trekker, says lodges that turn away locals are missing out. The assumption is that Nepalese won't pay as much as foreigners, but actually it's the opposite. We go as a group and eat and drink a lot, whereas most Western trekkers are on a shoestring budget, he says. That may be part of the problem. Trekking hotels don't like large groups of Nepalese because they think they will consume lots of alcohol and stay up late. It's a matter of ambience, not outright discrimination, says Jason Shah, who edits a website for Nepalese travelers. There are still some hotels who see the Nepalese as a problem, but, in the past 2 years the way they respond to Nepalese trekkers has improved a lot, says Deepak Joshi, chief executive of the Nepal Tourism Board.